Some people don't become dangerous when the friendship ends. They were dangerous the whole time. You just didn't know they were taking notes. Have you ever told someone something in confidence only to realize later that they weren't listening to support you, but they were collecting information, filing it away for later, saving it for the perfect moment to use your pain, your kindness, your vulnerability against you? That's not friendship. That's weaponizing. So, in today's video, we are discussing the letter W and the ABCs of toxic friendships and relationships. The letter W is for weaponizing. So grab a snack and come on back and let's get into it. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the ABCs of toxic friendships and relationships. Today we are on the letter W. Can you believe it? We only have 3 more letters to go. 3 more letters. Because some of the deepest wounds don't come from enemies. This is what the letter W is all about. Weaponizing. They come from people who had access to you. People you laughed with, people you trusted, or at least you thought you did, and people who knew your heart. And instead of protecting what you shared, they stored it for later use. That's a big no-no, but that is weaponizing. And what weaponizing actually is, weaponizing is, in a friendship, weaponizing is when emotional closeness becomes access to you. When emotional closeness becomes access to you. Access to your fears, access to your insecurities, access to your private struggles, access to your family stories, access to your hopes, your vulnerabilities, and your wounds. And instead of treating those things with care, because you're like, this is your friend and you're sharing all these things with them, right? No. Instead of treating them with care, they save them for leverage, for control over you, for retaliation, for humiliation. And that is not misunderstanding. No, it's not. That is emotional weaponry. Emotional weaponry. Now, let me be honest, okay? This one, it's very personal to me, very personal to me. Because I cannot imagine genuinely caring about someone and quietly storing their vulnerabilities like ammunition. No. If you love someone, right? If I love you, if I call you my friend, what you tell me in confidence stays sacred to me. But when you come after me, and you come after my child, and you share private things that I said to you, then that's off the table, baby. It's off the table. And that's how I move. So when I experience the opposite, right? Actually, thank God the person is out of my life. I thank God every day that they're out of my life. I wish I never met them. There are so many people on this app that I wish I never met. I really do. I wish I never met half of the people here. I really do. I really do. And that's it. You know, that's it. Because eventually you realize that some people, they just don't bring peace. They don't bring peace. They bring instability. They bring chaos. They bring emotional unpredictability. That's what they bring. And, you know, at a certain point, protecting your peace becomes non-negotiable, right? Protecting your peace just becomes non-negotiable. And what it looks like, right? Weaponizing doesn't always look dramatic at first, like most of these toxic traits. But sometimes it looks like, oh, I was just joking. After hitting a known insecurity, that's what they say, right? Or bringing up something private in front of other people that you don't want to know your business. That's a big one. Or sharing conversations that were meant to stay between the two of you. Or twisting your words. That's a big one. That is a big one. Changing the narrative and twisting your words. Using emotional moments against you later. Suddenly acting like your kindness was weakness. That is weaponizing. That is weaponizing. And I'm sure that everybody watching this video has been through some of that. I'm sure that you have. You may not have known what it was, but I'm sure you've been through it. And the whole psychology behind this, right? Like, why do people do this? Why did they do it? Well, there are a few reasons. Hidden resentment, maybe towards you for something, right, that you have no clue about. Jealousy, because they're jealous of where you're going. They're jealous of the love and light that falls upon you. They're jealous of your growth, right? They're jealous of your confidence, that passive aggression that they have towards you. You know, we talked about all these things. Emotional immaturity, that's a big one. And the need for control. They need that control over you because they're insecure and they don't want you getting the upper hand on them. No, they're not rooting for you. They need that control over you, right? That competition disguises friendship. We talked about that in the letter C. Comparison, competition, all of that. We talked about that. And sometimes, because, you know, access is always the goal with these people. Access is always the goal. Yeah. Some people don't want connection. They want leverage. I'm going to say that again. Some people don't want connection with you, beloved. They don't want to be your friend. They want leverage. They want to use everything you tell them, everything you do, to have leverage against you. That's what they want. That's what they want. And this kind of betrayal, it hits. It hits. Right? It's different. Weaponizing is a different type of betrayal because when a stranger hurts you, that's painful. But when someone you trusted uses your own openness against you, that makes you question, was any of this even real? Was it real? Were you my friend? Was this real? Apparently not, beloved. It wasn't. Did you ever actually care? Or were you just studying me? Which is what they usually do, right? And there's a lesson to all of this. And what I have learned is this. Being vulnerable was not the mistake. That was never the mistake. But being kind, right? That was not the mistake either. Trusting someone was not the mistake. The mistake was believing everyone handles sacred things with sacred hands. And they don't. They don't. You can't think that everybody operates like you because they don't. They really don't. So you got to reclaim your power, right? If someone weaponized what you shared, that says nothing about your worth. Absolutely not. Nothing about your intelligence. No. And nothing about your kindness. It doesn't. It says everything about their character. Everything. Real friendship protects your humanity. It does. Fake friendship, it inventories it. It inventories it. So pay attention to the people who remember your wounds and ask yourself, why? Why? So, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. No names, no mess, just truth. So, I love you plenty. I see you. I always do. And as always, I'm so proud of you. And I hope that this resonates with you. I really do. And if it doesn't, that's fine. Leave it for someone else. There's more to come. We still have the letter X, the letter Y, and the letter Z. And the letter X, baby, that's a doozy. So stay tuned. And I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.